Hey guys, so we're here, back with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends fan channel exclusive Marvel Now Moon Knight. As I mentioned earlier, the Target exclusive retro card Moon Knight review. Check that out if you haven't already. Would really appreciate it if you did. I would be taking a look at this fan channel exclusive version of the more modern look for Mr. Moon Knight, brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro, of course, later in the day, so here we are. So cutting right to the chase and getting into the meat and taters of this review. Going to try and keep it as short and sweet as possible because like the Moon Knight we looked at earlier, this is just a straight reissue. Not a whole lot new here, but there is a little bit more new with this guy than there was with the Moon Knight we looked at earlier. So, in the way of his accessories, he does come with a pair of fisticuffs. It's all fine and dandy. He comes with the two billy clubs here, which you can unpeg and peg together. That's cool. He comes with, I think, just one of these. This moon glaive here, which I always kind of liked. It was a cool weapon. And then he comes with the bane of my effing existence. These little toenail clipping things. If you can see that. He comes with 3 of these sons of bitches. You're supposed to be able to plug them into the fists. I already talked about this earlier, but I gotta reiterate. Like that. That's a pain right in the ass, man. So screw these stupid little things. I hate these things. Next time, just glue them into the friggin' hand and save me the heartache, will ya? The headache, I should say. Maybe both. Maybe I'll have a stroke if I keep trying to do it. But the main difference between this and the previous Moon Knight, in this costume that is, he comes with the bow staff. Of course, recycled from Gambit. Or the Moon Knight we looked at earlier, the Walgreens one, or whatever. But there you go. The main reason I bought this figure was this stick here. Pretty stupid. But I will tell you, we bring him in, and the old one, I think the finishes on this guy are a little better. The chest, especially, very glossy on this guy. It's less glossy on this guy, and it actually feels like it's, I think it's PVC. Whereas here it's ABS, here it feels like PVC. So that's very interesting. That said, it's only better if you get the chest plate, so sorry Anthony's Customs, that's a bum deal. Check his review out if you haven't, because he got friggin' screwed. That said, it looks to be that this new one is a little bit more matte than this old one, which does look a little bit more glossy in some areas. Maybe not so much the midsection. This one might have a beat on that, but I do prefer the new one a little bit more. I will say the new one's right hand's a little loose, so I might swap with this old one and see if that fixes that. But as far as his articulation goes, he's got the disc hinge in the head, which works fine. He gets lots of play in there, considering he's got that collar from the cape. You can rotate. Shoulders go up. They go back down. They rotate forward and back. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got a double elbow that works fine. It's a little hindered by the armor, but no big deal. He's got a swivel in the wrist with a hinge. Again, very loose on this side, so I'm curious if I swap the hand from the other one on here, it'll be any tighter. Speaking of tight, though, ab crunch is nice and tight on this guy. You can crunch forward that far. Crunch back about that far. Might unpeg the cape, but that's okay. It pegs right back in. Waist swivel, hips kick out, back down, forward, back. It's got a thigh cut, double jointed knee. A little loose on the double knee there. That kind of sucks, but there you go. And then he's got the ball hinge ankles. So he's got the hinge, the swivel, and the rocker there. which is ideally what you want in an ankle. But yeah, cool figure. If you don't have the other one, it's a no-brainer. I think this one's a little better for the price point. I don't think you're getting too ripped off here. He comes with a lot of stuff. For Marvel Legends, that is. Even though 3 of the accessories are useless little shit bags. I do like this figure. I'm not a fan of this plastic cape, though. This plastic cape crap's getting old. I wish they'd give us just cloth capes that hung there or something. That said, if you're curious what I'm going to do with the old one, no, it ain't for sale. I'm actually going to turn it into a custom, maybe. So, stay tuned to the future to see what I do with that. But, with that being said, I guess, I almost forgot to bring these 2 in. Wow. I was about to wrap it up. It's like, Fabulous Thunderbirds there. Here's the infamous Mythic Legion's brother Mandibulus, and 11 Spawn, whose usual towers over everyone, because it wouldn't be one of my reviews without bringing these 2 schmucks in here. Can't believe I almost forgot that. Got a lot on my mind, though, you know. Lots been going on lately. It's before Christmas at the time I'm recording this, and, yeah, man, life could be better. Life could be better. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and unlike the Target exclusive version of Mr. Moon Knight we took a look at earlier today, check that out if you haven't already. Would really appreciate it if you did. This more modern interpretation of good old Moon Knight, I believe it's Marvel Now, if I'm not mistaken, does bring a little bit of something new and different to the table with the different finishes throughout the figure. This one is a little bit more matte, whereas the old one is a lot more shiny and glossy and kind of looks a lot more plasticky, if you ask me. This one also doesn't have the clicky chest plate torso that drove everyone nuts initially, although if you just put a little dab of super glue on that old one, kind of fixes that problem. But the main thing that separates this one from that older release is the bow staff. The old one did not come with the bow staff, and I didn't have any extra bow staffs laying around that I wasn't using to give to that figure, so I could kind of justify picking this one up, on top of the fact that my old one will be utilized for a custom later on. More on that in the future. But yeah, man, I dig this figure. I think he's cool. I think he's a little bit better than the old one, but that is if you get the chest piece in the first place. Sorry about that, Anthony's Customs. That is a bummer and a half. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.